Every now and again, you may find yourself wondering if the person you see yourself being is just an illusion, or if it is somebody that is truly sitting there inside of you, waiting to see you and to experience you. You may have the same exact feeling about the love life you imagine, just wondering if it's a reality, if it could ever be a reality, or if you are just daydreaming about a thing that realistically can never be. If that is you, I want you to listen to us very closely. I want you to just hear this little bitty snippet of how we really discovered what it would take to create the love life that we imagine, how we've used it to create the love life that we imagine, and how we're sharing it with you to say, all you have to do is say, I'm ready. Commit to it. Type it in, say, I am ready, so that you can do the same work that we did, that you can do the same work that we discovered that said, this is the way that we can actually be everything that we see ourselves being, that it is not a figment of our imagination, and that we can have the love life that we imagine, that it is not some delusion that is just evading you, torturing you, just knowing that it can be your reality.
Yeah. So I'm Tristan. This is my wife Ashley. This is a fantasy love code, and we had one of the most amazing love stories ever. We dated in college, and we were madly in love. I could definitely say that I was madly in love with her, and I did not have the tools to make that love the lasting love that would last into eternity. I did not have the tools to make that love resonate between us and to continue forward. So it cost me. It cost us the relationship that we had then, and we did not have the tools and the secrets to being irresistible for each other. And it cost us 10 years. It cost us 10 years where we went our separate ways. We both had ups and downs. We both experienced what looked like, in many different ways, a life that was the life that everyone dreamed of. I know that for myself, I had things. I bought my first home at 24 years old. I had a foreign car. I was able to go out and party. It looked like I was living a dream, but there was something missing. And I knew there was something missing. And then ultimately, it all fell apart. Long story short, 10 years after we'd separated, I got a call. It was my 30th birthday. And we, the rest is actually just kind of history. We took the
I
opportunity.
text you, I
You
didn't call
did.
you.
It was a text, and returned it with a phone call, and we were able to build the most amazing love story. And I will say, out of all transparency, that um, I did not have any tools whatsoever to build the most amazing love story at that time. In fact, I didn't even know that that's what this would turn into. But a couple of weeks later, maybe 2, 3 weeks later or so, um, the opportunity to have conversations face to face and to talk about all the things that had happened in our lives, and to be just fully transparent,
You mean from
confess
the
that I
time that I
confess my
text you?
love.
Are you talking about from the time I text you to the time
Yes,
that it was a
that's
week?
a week. It was a week. Okay,
It was a week.
yeah, a week. Yeah, a week later. And then it's a week later, and my birthday, and then yeah, you're right. um, but yes, uh, so long story short, we have uh, in our own lives incorporated, and then also been able to share with those of us, those people around us, a methodology that we put thousands of hours of our own time and energy and studying to make sure that we got it right. At least you know you can avoid some of the roadblocks and humps and things and disappointment, things like that. But we put the, the rules all together from all these different places that we studied and all the energies that we poured into ourselves and other people that asked us and they say, hey, you know what, we feel the energy, we know what we see what you all have going here, we want to know more about it. We poured all of that methodology into the foundation which you are seeing in real life. But the foundation we're excited to share with you, the ACT method. And
That method came out of one of the most transformative and could have been one of the most traumatic times of our relationship, to be honest.
right,
Because we started dating, it was beautiful, it was magical,
yeah,
everything was great. Yes, you have your disagreements, you have all of those normal things that we chose to accept as normal things. Got married, it was blissful, it just felt like the dream. And about 6 months afterwards is when we started to hit a split rock moment.
mm,
Sometimes I call it a rock bottom moment, but we hit that split rock moment to where it was truly a matter of, I am not for sure what's happening, but I know that something is missing. Something in me knew that something was missing, and even though he felt a little different about it when I brought it up, it was undeniable that something was missing. And nothing in me could allow myself to act like or to pretend that something was not missing. After all, in that 10-year gap from the time we dated to the time we got back together, I had everything that should have made me happy. I'd been married, I had a child, I was a mother to other children, I had a thriving career, I had thriving businesses, I had the home of my dreams that really wasn't even my dream. I was simply adopting other people's dreams and being a-okay with it when they said that this should make you happy, until I really accepted the fact that something was missing. So this pattern showed up in my life again of something is missing. I couldn't ignore it. The time previously when I had ignored that something was missing, it had cost me years of constant prayers, of constant, Lord, do you have something for me? Lord, are you hearing me? It had cost me that. I couldn't afford to go through 4 or 5 years of that again. Like, I know something's missing and I'm just going to keep praying about it. And after a circumstance and after a blow up, it became a something is missing. And what we discovered at that time was at its core, settling for happy was not going to work for us. It was not enough for us to just be happy. We both really wanted the dream. We were both really clear after conversation, after answering the hard questions, after facing the difficult answers of, yes, this is beautiful. Yes, what we're creating is amazing. Yes, it feels great. Yet it is not a daily pursuit of the dream. It is simply us settling for happy. And that created the backdrop, that created the more solid foundation for us to say, at its core, we will devote our entire life to being who we see ourselves being individually, and also creating the marriage of our dreams. And so what we really want to do is offer you the opportunity to trust God in this moment, that that voice that you keep hearing speak to you to say that there's something missing inside of you, and that there is a desire for more, that there's a desire for you to experience a level of joy, a level of peace that you can only think about when you're daydreaming, that joy that you are looking to experience when you are saying that, you know what, I know that it'll be fulfilling to me, because when I simply think about it, when I simply meditate on it, it is for me. That is indeed a reality already existing inside of you, and God placed that inside of you. And we are here to tell you that that thing that God has placed inside of you, He will birth outside of you if you simply agree to say, I will not keep settling for happy, or worse. Maybe you have been settling for downright mediocrity. Maybe you have been settling for downright living a life of deceit. Maybe you have been settling for a life that is no longer even a reminiscent of what it could have been, even in your worst dream. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's your case. We are here offering, saying that the Lord has something in you, and that's the reason why I keep speaking to you. That's why you keep thinking about it. That's the reason why you keep daydreaming about it. It is a real thing. And that was both of our journey. And we knew that God has something for us. We knew at its core that what we were speaking, even all those unspoken dreams that ultimately became unearthed during the conversation, we knew that those were God-given. And we truly trusted God to guide our life, to guide our fingertips, to say, what resources do we need to be looking at? We trusted God to guide us. And in all of that trusting, we were able to unearth a framework that has changed the trajectory of how we experience life individually and how we experience life together. And nobody had packaged it up. But we trusted God. It was truly a matter of divine alignment to say, Lord, we know that you've already given us one piece of this. I knew that because God had given me one piece that had already shifted and changed the trajectory of my life a couple of years prior. But saying, Lord, okay, right now it's happening again. That emptiness is happening again. And my husband is also saying that though he is not feeling empty, he would like to know what is inside of him. He would like to know what is truly deep within him. He would like to experience it on another level. What would it take? And so if you are ready to truly trust God with who you see yourself being, trust God with being the source that you need to create the love life you imagine. If you are ready to do that, I want you to say, I'm ready. I want you to say, I am ready. And when you do that, I want you to trust what God has poured into us, has put into us, and that gave to us, allowed us to discover, allowed us to use to transform the trajectory of our lives and our marriage, and has allowed us to help change the trajectory of other people's lives and marriages. Those who chose to say, I believe God enough to, when I hear his voice speaks, I will be obedient to it. I will do the work that is necessary. I will do the learning that is necessary. I will do the releasing that is necessary. And so if you are ready for that, the first thing that you have to do, you have to accept God. You have to say, Lord, I am willing to trust you. I am willing to believe what I know you keep speaking to me and what you keep showing me. And when you do that, that creates the landing strip for you to go ahead and get over to the foundation of what we teach. But I assure you, none of what we teach will work if you won't trust God with it. Because everything that we teach is rooted in our belief in God. It is rooted in our belief of trusting Him to show us and to guide us into what our hearts were really seeking, to really trust Him to guide us into the desires of our heart, for Him to speak to the gods within each of us to say, I created you in my image and I have something for you and I will reveal it to you, and I need you to just be obedient to be everything that I've created you to be and walk with me. We've
So,
we've really fine-tuned it in a way that it makes it easy for you to devour. It won't be as easy for you to execute, because it is going to take you having an absolute level of trust and faith in God and what He has shown you and what He keeps whispering to you. It will take that, but if you have that, the rest of this will be pretty easy. It won't be completely easy, but it'll be pretty easy, because you will be standing on the promises that you already know God has spoken to you. You'll be standing on the promises of what you know God has shown you. And so we just say, if you are ready, accept the reality right now that God has spoken to you, has shown it to you, and you are saying that I am completely surrendering. It may have looked crazy up to now, it may not have been exactly what I imagined, but effective today, I am ready to stop settling for happy when I really want the dream. I am ready to stop settling for happy, Lord, when I know that you have shown me everything that you have for me for this season for me, Lord. I am ready to stop settling for happy, because I want the dream that you have for me. And after I get this dream that you have for me, I want the next dream that you have for me. And I want the next dream that you have for me. And I want every dream you have for me from now until eternity. Comment, I'm ready, if you're willing to commit to that, because that's what it's going to take for you to create the love life you imagine. That's what it's going to take for you to even be able to execute on the principles that we share with you.
yeah. So, uh, when you comment, I'm ready. I know that for many of you, you're saying, hey, I am ready. For all of you that comment, I'm ready, says, I am ready to stop settling for blank. You fill in the blank. You know where you've been settling. You know where something is inside of you that is yearning for more, whether that is more laughter, more love, more affection, more intimacy, more understanding, more communication, more freedom, more of something. You're yearning for more of something. For some of you, you're ready may mean you're yearning for less of something, less abuse, uh, less yelling, yes, arguing, less disruption, less of these demonic spirits that have just been haunting your relationships. You want, you're ready for less, but when you spend the moments that you need to spend and invest them in here, you are investing in a place that has good soil. This is good soil because we've done the work, and the method that we're going to give you, that is the foundation, the ACT method that you'll be learning. It is something that is tried and true. And what we found in our own lives and in the lives of the people that we've touched is that it has worked repeatedly. And it has worked repeatedly only for those who are ready. So that's why it's so important that you make the decision to say, you know what, I'm ready. I'm ready for the dream. I am ready to stop settling when I know that, ooh, I deserve the dream.
Type in the comments, I'm ready, if you are ready to experience every part of you that you see hiding in the shadows. Type I'm ready in the comments if you are ready to experience the fullness of who you know it is that God has created you to be. Type I'm ready in the comments if you are said I am tired of acting like I'm not who I know God created me to be, and I want to step boldly and fully into it and take all of that into everything that I'm doing, into my relationship, into my parenting, into my work, into my volunteerism, into my ministry. I want to take all of who God created me to be into creating the life that I know is fulfilling and the love life that I imagine. I want you to type I'm ready in the comments and prepare to go all out in this journey of being who you really see and creating the love life you imagine. We're here and we're ready to walk you through it.
Yeah.